Hey, Mike McGrory here. A few days ago, I did a video about how to do how to root hydrangea trees from cuttings, and then a little bit later in the video, I had some that I rooted a year ago, and I took them out back, and I showed you what they look like when I got them out of the container. I was, after they were rooted, they've been rooted for a year. They were in there. I stuck them a year ago, so they had been in there for a year, and I had to get them out, and I had to. I kind of had to beat them up and wrestle them around to get them out of there. And I kind of deal with that a lot when I'm like dividing up perennials and stuff like that. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to make a tool to make that job a little bit easier. And it's rainy today and I got to be here for the next 90 minutes anyway. So I'm going to see if I can cobble together something. Keyword cobbled. It's not going to be pretty, but when I'm done, hopefully it's going to be effective and it will help me do the job better. So as a reference, I'm going to put a link to that video at the bottom of this link. But like a dum-dum, I spent the first half of the video doing Annabelle hydrangea cuttings, and then I got into the tree hydrangea cuttings. It's, I think, about 17 minutes in. I'll probably note that in the description, with this video. And then the part where I'm banging these things around, trying to get them apart, it's, I don't know, maybe another 5, 8, 10 minutes past that 17-minute mark if you want to see what I'm talking about. But anyway, so I'm going to try and put something together here. I'm going to try and bring you along so you can see what I'm doing. I got a bunch of stuff laid out here, a bunch of scrap metal and stuff that I've had, around here for a while, things that I picked up. So let's see what happens with my most recent science fair project here. All right, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut a couple pieces of this channel. I decided to make the thing about 10 inches high. I don't want it too high because I'm going to use it later on the potting bench. So. Yeah, that's hot. All right, there's one. I'll mark the other one, and then I'm not going to make you watch all of this. All right, so I got 4 pieces cut for my legs for my crude doodad. And then I've got this piece of, this is an old railroad sign or something. Trying to find it in the video. Okay, yeah. And I picked that thing up. Actually, I picked 2 of them up at a garage sale because they were on some real heavy channel. And the channel is out here. I used the channel to make a frame for that swing. So I got in true scavenger fashion, I've still got these 2 pieces left, 2 pieces of the sign left. So we're going to attempt to turn those into something that's going to work for I already marked them out. Now I'm going to put them on top of a piece of wood and try and cut them with an angle grinder. So that's not recommended because wood is flammable. All right, let's see what happens. All right, wise guy, let's do it the right way and put this under here. And put this under here. That just might work better. right, so it looks like that's going to work, so I won't make you watch all of that. All right, so I got 2 blades cut out here. Actually, I got to cut one of these in half. And then I made 4 feet to put on the channel's all underneath there. But anyway, 4 feet, so if I put this thing outside on the soil, it's not going to press down in. I'm going to clean these pieces up a little bit and cut that in half, and then I guess I can start welding. All right, so here's what I got. I made these little, these are going to be the legs. I guess I didn't clean these up. These are going to be the legs. So I'll put this little foot on here. That way, when I have this thing setting on the soil, it's not going to push down into the soil very easily. They could have been bigger, but that's kind of what the size I had to work with without doing a ton of work. And I don't want to do a ton of work. So the legs are going to go like this. And then this piece here, so this piece is going to look like this. And this is going to be kind of a crossbar. Kind of like that. I'll show you. So anyway, when I get it done, you can take a peek at it and we'll see exactly what it looks like. So, all right, let's start welding the thing together. All right, let's kind of give the welding thing a go here and see where we're at. I got a little bit too much wire here. As promised, not very pretty, but it should work. Spin it around, put the round peel back on there. There we go. Take one more pass on this side. All right. Definitely not pretty. So now I got to flip it around and put this one on there because I'm going to make a cross. That'll be the kind of the center of what I got going here. So, all right. Well, my very crude masterpiece is done here. So basically, this is what it looks like. I got these 4 uprights. I got little feet on the bottom. I show you my welds up close, but they are embarrassing. I'm new to wire feed welding, so I'm struggling with wire speed. I'm not even used to pushing the trigger when I'm welding. If you guys have done a lot of stick welding, you know what I'm talking about. And then, I found out recently that my cataracts are getting worse, and once I pull that welding helmet down, the whole world goes dark, and I stumble around a lot. But nonetheless, it's rude, it's crude, and it's done. So basically, the other day you watched me busting up those hydrangeas. Basically, I'm going to roll them around and kind of beat them up. See if I can get the soil off of here and get them separated. So this is why I made the tool, because you can see I'm just basically beating this root ball on the ground. And if I had the tool then, it would have made this a lot easier because the blades on the tool would have helped loosen the soil in this root ball. This is what I did last spring, and now I've got this massive root ball. Trying to get them loose out of the ball. So pretend that this is that root ball after I pulled the plants out of here. Now I can take this and bang it on here, and these crossbars are going to really kind of help loosen that up. I can also bang it this way, because when I did it the other day, I was just using brute force, where these edges are going to work wonders in getting that loose. So it doesn't matter whether I'm trying to loosen up a bundle of hydrangeas, or if I've got a big clump of some kind of a perennial that I'm trying to loosen up, I'm going to be able to bang it on there. So rude and crude as it is, it's going to do the job, and I got my own little tool that's going to make me my own little kind of happiness. So anyway, hey, Mike McGroarty, until next time, stay inspired.